Hello students, in the last class we have discussed about some problems of permutation, and in this class I am going to discuss about some more problems of permutations. তোমালোকৰ most of the student মোক এটা কথা সুধিছে যে স্যাৰ বুকৰ মতে questions বিলাক লোৱা হোৱা নাই বা exactly বুকত যেনেকুৱা questions আছে serially মই হেতু সিস্টেমত যোৱা নাই এই কোৱেশ্চনটো কিছুমানে মোক সুধিছে তো তোমালোকৰ এটো কনফিউজ কেতিয়াও নকৰিবা জাস্ট মই এটো সিস্টেমত ক্লাসটো কৰাৰ কাৰণটো হৈছে যে তোমালোকৰ নলেজটো অলপ বেছি গিয়াৰ আপ হওক পাৰমুটেশন কাৰণ মেইন বুকত যিখিনি কোৱেশ্চনছ আছে অলমোস্ট 90% or 85% প্ৰবলেমছ বিলাক যে আছে তাতে একেবাৰে ইজি কোৱেশ্চনছ আছে তো আমি সেই কাৰণে যিবিলাক ইজি কোৱেশ্চনছ সেইবিলাক আৰু ইয়াতে কৰি পেলাইনো কি কৰিম সেইবিলাক তোমালোকে এনেও পাৰিবা আৰু যিবিলাক কোৱেশ্চনছ আছে মেইন বুকত সেইবিলাকৰ সলিউশনছ বিলাক তো ইন্টাৰনেটত পায় আজিকালি তো সেই কাৰণে আমি অলপমান গিয়াৰ আপ কৰাৰ কাৰণে নলেজটো যাতে তোমালোকৰ বেছি ভাল হয় যাৰ গতিকে মই কোৱেশ্চনছ বিলাক অলপ বেলেগ টাইপত দিছো যিবিলাক কোৱেশ্চনছ মানে সলভ কৰিলে তোমাৰ বুকত থকা কোৱেশ্চনছ বিলাক ভেৰি ইজি হৈ যাব তোমাৰ বাবে সেই কাৰণেহে আমি এটো ষ্টাইলত ক্লাস বিলাক কৰিছো বা আগতেও আমি তেনেকৈ কৰিছো সো তোমালোকে কনফিউজ নকৰিবা নো ডাউট problems of books main bookor jibilak questions amar ase those questions will also be included in this class oto include hobo hebilak khali tumar serial jitu numbers main bookor logot hetu hoyto nimilibo gotike hetu tumi confuse koribo nalage to gotike tumi khali class khini olop attention di saba aru copy tu dhuniya ke likhi loba tumar nishoy problem nohoy jitu main bookot questions ase all problems ami যেটি অফলাইন ক্লাস স্টার্ট হ'ব তেতিয়া আৰু ভালকে লাগিলে তোমাৰ দৰকাৰ থাকিলে যদি আছে তোমাৰ প্ৰয়োজন তো মোক একবাৰ সুধি দিলে মই হেবিলাক আৰু ভালকে তোমাক ক্লিয়াৰ কৰি দিব পাৰিম তো তুমি নোটস খিনি লিখি ৰাখিবা ধুনিয়াকে সো লেট মি বিগিন দ্য ক্লাস উইথ দ্য প্ৰবলেম নাম্বাৰ 17 সো ইয়াতে মোক কৈছে যে prove that npr minus npr minus 1 is equal to a2 এখিনি মই প্রুভ কৰিব লাগে তো একেবাৰে সিম্পল কোৱেশ্চনস তো স্টার্ট উইথ দ্য লেফট হ্যান্ড সাইড সলিউশন ইউ রাইট solution you start with the left hand side it is npr minus npr minus 1 just expand it etu bhangi dia ami jano etu factorial n divided by factorial n minus r then minus this is factorial n divided by factorial n minus this part actually so ekbar to moi likhi disu n minus r plus 1 okay so the technique is what you should match up this one and this one to match koribo lagibo ekhini to already tomar common hoye geche so to matching this we just see which one of these two factorials is less kuntu horu aru kuntu dangor moi hetu sabo lagibo no doubt this one is one less than this one because n minus r plus 1 yata ase so we should touch here ami yate ahibo lagibo and we take this number outside the factorial so that the inside factorial number with matched with this one okay so just write here it is factorial n is already here factorial n minus r is already here then minus this is factorial n is already there then you write n minus r plus 1 taken outside the factorial sign so inside factorial will decrease by 1 so it will be now n minus r factorial now we can take common n by n minus r this factorial can be taken common from both of them so then you write this one take the common part it is factorial n it is factorial n divided by factorial n minus r is taken common so here we will have 1 only minus in this one it is 1 by n minus r plus 1 term is remaining so I am writing here tumi tole tole likhi jaba so this is equal to what about this is equal to the first one it is remaining same factorial n divided by n minus r factorial is remaining same taking LCM here so after taking LCM we will have only n minus r plus 1 then minus 1 divided by n minus r plus 1 is the term this positive negative 1 is cancelled here এই দুটা term cancel হয়ে গেল so n minus r is there you see here this is n minus r if we take if we take this n minus r outside the factorial, n minus r outside the factorial, then this term will be n minus r minus 1, is not it? Into, here you have the term numerator is n minus r and denominator is simply n minus r plus 1, n minus r plus 1. Now this factor will get cancelled. Now we have in the numerator only factorial n divided by in the denominator. This term is needed. You see the answer here, n minus r plus 1 is necessary to remain there. So we write n minus r plus 1 taking there into this factorial can be modified as like this, n minus taking common r plus 1 is there, then this factorial. Okay, so is equal to, you now see this part. What about this part? Is it not is equal to npr plus 1? I think you understood that, because if you expand this, it will give us factorial n divided by factorial of this n minus this one. So this is n minus this one. So it is the right hand side of the problem, and that is the solution. Now let me take the next question. This is our next question. If n plus np2 equal to 56 and m minus np2 is equal to 12, then the values of m and n. You see here, I have a mistake here. This value of m and n, this is mistake actually. M value will be 6, n value will be 2, because you see here, if m is more than n, then it is negative. So it is mistake, you correct it. This is the answer. I will get the answer there. Okay, so write the solution. First start with the term m plus np2, and this is given as 56. M plus np2 mean you have to write two factors. Suffix is 2, so you have to write two factors starting with this one, and the next factor is 1 less than the previous factor, then the next factor is again 1 less than the previous factor, as like that. But here we are to write two factors only. So starting with m plus n, then the next factor will be m plus n, then 1 less, mean minus 1. This is the value of m plus np2 is equal to. Now we should write this 56 in such a way that it is a product of two factors, and the two factors is differ by 1, because here also the two factors are differ by 1. So here I am going to write here 8 into 7. You see, the second one is 1 less than the first one. Now we can compare this left hand side and right hand side, and we can say that m plus n, this is equal to 8 only, is not it? You mark it by 1. Now start with the second one. Second one is what I am writing here. The second one is, sorry, I am really sorry. The second one is m minus n p2 equals 12, and in the similar way you can write this m minus n is already here, then the next factor will be 1 less than this, so it is m minus n minus 1. On the right side you are to write two factors differ by 1 as a product. That means it is simply 4 into 3, is not it? And so from this line we can say that m minus n is equal to 4. It is your equation number 2. Now just solve the equation 1 and 2 by adding them. So if you add 1 and 2, so 1 plus 2 is adding, then we have twice m is equal to 12, and which will give us m is equal to 6. And if you take 1 minus 2, say 1 minus 2, then it is 2, sorry, 1 minus 2, then left hand side will be simply twice n is equal to 8 minus 4 is 4 only, and which will give us n is equal to 2. So m 6 and 2, and that is the answer. I think you understood the solution. So the next question is this one. Show that 2, 6, 10 up to n factors is equal to n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3 and so on up to n factors. So I am going to solve this problem from the right hand side. It is easier to solve from right hand side. So moi right hand side or start korisu. No doubt the problem can also be solved from the left hand side also. So hetu kotha nai tumaloke jodi mon kora likhibo pariba after solving the right hand side. So you write the right hand side. It is given as n plus 1, then n plus 2, then I am writing one more factor n plus 3 and so on. Since it is up to n factors mean it is actually n plus n, is not it? Because first factor 1, second factor 2, then 3, so it is n number factor, so it will be n only. And this is equal to, actually I am taking more terms here for our convenience, okay. So moi ki korim saba, the answer is 2, 6, 10 and up to n factors. So starting with 2, but here the terms are starting with n. So more here previous terms bilak muk lagibo jate ei bilak ahe. So if you take the terms just before this one, it will be n, then the term before that is n minus 1, then n minus 2, then n minus 3. If you go in the backward direction, then finally you will get 3, then 2, then 1. And I am going to take those terms in front of these total factors, okay. So I am taking 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 and so on up to n. These terms I am taking myself into this term is n plus 1, it is actually in the question, then n plus 2 actually in the question, so on up to n plus n. So from 1 up to n, these are the extra term I am taking here. So for adjustment, I should also give these numbers at the denominator also, 3 up to n. And this is equal to, now you see 1, 2, 3, but here 2, 6, 10, that means we have to separate the terms, even and odd terms, that is 1, 3, 5, these terms should be separated from there. So we can write in this way 1, 3, then 5 into so on, terms just before this one, it is actually twice n, just before term will be 2n minus 1. Is that clear? It will be 2n minus 1 because this term is actually twice n. Term before this is 2n minus 1. So what are the terms remaining now? The terms remaining 2, then 4, then 6 and so on. Final term will be twice n, no doubt. So we write twice n. And then divided by this total denominator is nothing but factorial of n. It is nothing but factorial of n. Now you see is equal to, this is equal to 1, 3, 5, this number is already there, 2n minus 1 whole into, you see here 2, 4, 6, here 2 can be written as actually 2 into 1, this is 2 into 2, this is 2 into 3, and from each term a 2 can be taken away, and so there are n number of 2s, 2, 4, 6 up to twice n, so n number of 2s will be there. We can write 2 to the power n into 1, 2 is taken from here, 1 remaining, second taken from here, so 2 remaining, 2 is taken from here, so 3 remaining, and so on. 2 is taken from here also, n is remaining there, and whole thing divided by factorial of n. Now you see these terms, is it not actually factorial n? This total terms, it is actually factorial n. So this factorial n and factorial n will get cancelled, this is cancelled. So the term remaining here 1, 3, 5, so on up to 2n minus 1, these terms are remaining into 2 to the power n. But this is not the answer. Answer is what? Answer is 2, 6, 10 like that. You see this can be modified in this way. Actually we have n number of 2s here. Say one of the 2 can be taken with this one, the second 2 can be taken with 3, the third 2 can be taken with 5, and so on up to n term. Need not to write the last term because in the answer it is given as 2 n terms. So this is equal to, you write in this way: 1 into 2, that is one of the 2 taken with 1, then into 2 into 3, then into 2 into 5, into so on, lastly up to n terms. Need not to write it in mathematical format, up to n terms. And so this is actually what? 2, this is 6, this is 10, and so on up to n terms. So that is the answer. So I think you understood the question. And you see the next question. This is the question: given 7 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated if a signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below other? It is main book question kintu. Gotike saba ki koise 7 different colors flag ase tomar beleg beleg. So you have to use 2 flags at a time to generate a signal. Eta signal generate korar karone ইয়াতে স্পেলিংটো অলপ মোৰ মিষ্টেক হৈছে, এইটো জেনেৰেট বি হৈ আছে, এইটো জেনেৰেট এন হ'ব। চ' যি হওক, জেনেৰেট কৰাৰ কাৰণে, সিগনেল জেনেৰেট কৰাৰ কাৰণে ইউ নিড 2 ফ্লেগছ এট এ টাইম, 2টা ফ্লেগ লাগিব একবাৰত। তো তেতিয়াহ'লে 7টা ফ্লেগছৰ পৰা তুমি কিমানটা ডিফাৰেণ্ট সিগনেলছ বনাব পাৰিবা? তো একেবাৰে সিম্পল কুৱেশ্যন, ফ্লেগছ ইউ হেভ 7 এণ্ড ইউ নিড 2 এট এ টাইম, এণ্ড ইট ইজ এ কেছ অফ পাৰমুটেশ্যন, বিকজ ৰেড ফ্লেগছ যদি ওপৰত আছে, ব্লু ফ্লেগটো ধৰতে তলত আছে, যিটো সিগনেল বুজাব, দেন ব্লু ফ্লেগ ওপৰত দিলে, ৰেড ফ্লেগ তলত দিলে বেলেগ সিগনেল বুজাব। That is the concept behind this question. So here we have 7 flags and we are to use 2 at a time, and we cannot repeat the flags. Eta color flag etai ase, gotike ami flags bilak repeat koribo nware, hei karone etu obviously it is a purely NPR formula, NPR or jitu formula etu. To here 7 flags ase, 2টা flags at a time lobo parim, 7p2, that is the answer. Noy jano gotike eta ki likhiba tumi? লিখাটো আৰু লিখিব পাৰিবা, ফ্ৰম 7 ফ্লেগছ টেকিং 2 এট এ টাইম উই কেন জেনেৰেট, সেনেকৈ লিখিলে হ'ব। ফ্ৰম 7 ফ্লেগছ, আই এম ৰাইটিং হিয়াৰ, ফ্ৰম 7 ফ্লেগছ of different color taking 2 at a time, taking 2 at a time, the number of different the number of different signals is equal to 7 or 2 use kori asa, it is obviously 7p2, and this is equal to 7 into 6, and so we can generate 42 different signals. বেলেগ বেলেগ signals আমি 42টা বনাব পাৰিম। আচ্ছা, গতিকে এইটো নিশ্চয় বুজি পাইছা। আমি এইটো বুকত আছে কুৱেশ্যনটো, দিছ কুৱেশ্যন ইজ ইনক্লুডেড ইন ইউৰ বুক, বাট নাও আই এম টেকিং ওৱান কুৱেশ্যন হুইচ ইজ নট ইন বুক, বাট কনচেপ্ট অফ দ্যাট কুৱেশ্যন ইজ অলমোষ্ট সিমিলাৰ টু দিছ কুৱেশ্যন। ইউ সি হিয়াৰ দ্য কুৱেশ্যন নাম্বাৰ 25. Find the number of different signals that can be generated by arranging, this time the word is at least 2 flags at a time in order. In order mean red blue differ with blue red, that is case of permutation. It is a case of permutation. Okay, so you are to use at least 2 flags at a time. In a vertical step, it is nothing but vertical step, you red here, say blue here, as like that. So in this case, you see, you have total number of 5 flags are there, total number of 5 flags. So you have different 5 flags, and you are to use at least 2 flags at a time. That means you have now options, you can use 2 flags at a time, or 3 flags at a time, or 4 flags at a time, or all flags, mean 5 flags at a time. So these are the options, or mean in case of permutation by the addition rule, they should be plus. Now if you use 2 flags at a time, how many signals you can generate. You have 5 flags at all. So from 5, if you take 2 at a time, then it is obviously 5p2, as like the previous question. Or mean plus, then this time you are using 3 flags at a time, not repeated. Therefore, it is simply 5p3, and this is 5p4, and finally it is 5p5, and you just calculate it, you will get the answer. Okay, so now I am solving this question for you in a systematic manner. Okay, so you see the answer. Solution, you just write from the question. It is clear that we can use 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 flags at a time. So therefore, the total number of different signals equals, so it is, I just told you, if you use 2 at a time from 5 flags, it is obviously 5p2. Or mean plus, you can use 3 flags at a time, so it will be equal to 5p3, then plus it may be 5p4, and finally if you use all at a time, it is simply 5p5. Now just calculate it. 5p2 has the value 5 into 2 only. It is simply 5 into 2, then plus, this time you have to take 3 factors, 5, sorry, I am really very sorry, it is not 5 into 2, you are to use 2 factors, that means 5 into 4, then plus the second one, 3 factors, 5, 4, 3. Each time you should decrease the factor by 1. Then 4 factors mean 5, 4, 3, 2. And finally, it is 5, 4, 3, 2, and finally it is compulsory 1. So obviously 5p4, this is 20 into 3, it is 60, this is 60 into 2 is 120, and this is also 120. So finally it is 240, 300, 320. So answer will be 320. So that is the total number of different signals you can generate. So the next question, how many 5-digit numbers greater than 20,000 can be found by using the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5? You see, now in this question you see the numbers forming here, also in this question it is not given that the digits are repeated or non-repeated. So obviously you should consider the digits are non-repeated. Okay, so you are to form a number which are greater than 20,000, and total 6-digit number. How many? No, not 6 digits, 5-digit numbers. 5-digit numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places you are to fill by these digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Using these digits, you are to fill these 5 empty spaces. But you have a restriction that the numbers formed will be greater than 20,000. So conformly, this extreme left place of the numbers should not be 0 and 1. এই দুটো নাম্বার তুমি এই প্লেসত দিব নোৱাৰিবা. In that case, the numbers will be less than 20,000. So therefore, for the extreme left place, we cannot use 0 and 1. So we have how many options to fill the last option? Mean the extreme left place, we have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So we have 4 options, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the extreme left place can be filled in 4p, any one of the total, any one of the numbers. তো এক্সট্রিম লেফট প্লেছত মই 0 1 এই দুটা ইউজ কৰিব নোৱাৰিলোঁ, কিন্তু 2 3 4 5 যিকোনো এটা ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিম। therefore the extreme left place can be filled up in 4p1 way। এটা কাম মোৰ হ'ল এণ্ড হ'লে এইটো ইনটু হৈ যায়, জানো এইটো আমি। নাও 1 2 3 4 empty places we have, 4টা empty place আমাৰ এতিয়া আছে। but how many digits remaining now? One of the digit is used here. Total number of digits was 6, 0 up to 5, তো 6 digits আছিলে, 1 digit extreme left place use হৈ গ'ল। so আমাৰ এতিয়া now 5 digits আমাৰ হাতত আছে আৰু প্লেস মই ফিল আপ কৰিব লাগিব 4টা। so obviously this is 5p4 and this calculated result will be the answer for the question। বুজি পাইছা নিশ্চয়? so now I am writing this answer for you। so you write here solution। just first line you write, since the numbers are greater than since the numbers are greater than 20,000, therefore the extreme left place must be occupied by any one of the digits 2 3 4 5। so you directly write here, this can be done in, so 4 digits you can use 1, simply 4p1 ways, 4p1 ways। so one of the places filled up। now the remaining 4 places can be filled up by the rest of the digits, rest of the how many digits, 1 is used, so rest of the 5 digits you write here, rest of the 5 digits in 5p4 ways। so that is, so therefore the total number of numbers, so it is obviously 4p1 into 5p4, 4p1 is obviously value 4 and 5p4 is 5 4 3 2, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2, it is obviously 120। so we have 480 is the total number of such numbers। okay, so without repetition, the question it is not given actually, but in your exam it will be given with repetition or without repetition। so let me take the next question। this is our question, how many odd numbers of 6 digits can be formed with the digits 0 1 2 3 4 5? these are the digits we are to use if no digit is being repeated। this time the in the question it is given no digit is repeated, that means this time you are to form odd numbers। you see here odd numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 digit odd numbers, is it? how many odd numbers of 6 digit? this is the question। so 1 2 3 4 5 6 digit odd numbers you are to form, but the numbers should be odd, therefore this is the unit place, this unit place must be occupied by either 1 or 3 or 5. No other numbers can be used in the unit place, because in the other cases the numbers will be even number. Okay, so we are finding odd numbers, therefore this unit place should be occupied by 1, 3 or 5. ইয়াৰে যিকোনো এটা আমি ইয়াতে ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিম। সো এই কামটো মই কিমান ধৰণে কমপ্লিট কৰিব পাৰিম? ইট ইজ সিম্পলি 3p 1 ধৰণে মই এইটো কাম কমপ্লিট কৰিব পাৰিম। এগেইন ইউ সি দ্য এক্সট্ৰিম লেফট প্লেস, এই লেফট প্লেসটো চাবা, এই জায়গাটোত তুমি 0 ইউজ কৰিব নোৱাৰিবা, ইয়াতে 0 ইউজ কৰিব নোৱাৰিবা। ইন দ্যাট কেস দ্য নাম্বাৰ উইল একচুৱেলি বি a 5 digit number, সেইটো এটা 5 digit number হৈ যাব। সো দেয়াৰফৰ এক্সট্ৰিম লেফট প্লেস যেটো আছে সেইটো তুমি কিন্তু ইয়াৰ পৰা যিকোনো এটা ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিবা, 1 2 3 4 5 এনি ওয়ান অফ দিস। 0 cannot be used here, already one of the number is used here and 0 cannot be used here, so তোমার দুইটা নাম্বার অলরেডি ইউজড হৈ গল বুলি ভাবিবাচোন। 0 ইউজ কৰিব নোৱাৰিবা আৰু এইবিলাকৰ পৰা কোনবা এটা ইউজ হৈ গৈছে, তো আলটিমেটলি টোটাল 6 ডিজিটস আছিল, তাৰে দুইটা ডিজিট তোমাৰ আউট হৈ গল। নাও উই হ্যাভ 4 ডিজিটস, 4টা ডিজিটস আছে, তো এই 4টা ডিজিটসৰ পৰা তুমি যিকোনো এটা ইয়াতে ইউজ কৰিব পাৰা। দেয়াৰফৰ ইট ইজ 4p1। সো তোমাৰ ইউজড ডিজিট হল দুটা। এতিয়া মাজত যিবিলাক ইন্টারমিডিয়েট নাম্বাৰস থাকিল 1 2 3 4টা প্লেস আছে, 4টা প্লেসত তুমি ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিবা কেইটা? 4টা ডিজিটেই, কাৰণ 0 টো এবাৰ মাজতো আহিব পাৰিব। দুইটা ইউজ কৰিছা, 6টাৰ দুইটা ইউজ, 4টা আছে, তো ইন্টারমিডিয়েট টার্মখিনি মই 4p4 ধৰণে ফিল আপ কৰিব পাৰোঁ। সো এইটো হৈছে 4, এইটো হৈছে 24 আৰু এইটো হৈছে 3। তো এইখিনি হিসাব কৰিলে আমাৰ আহিব 12 into 24, sorry, 288. So that is the answer. So আমি কোয়েশ্চনটোৰ আনসাৰটো ভালকৈ লিখি লৈছোঁ। এইটো আৰু এক ধৰণে কৰিব পাৰিব অৱশ্যে, 0 টো লেফ্টত থাকিলে কিমানটা আৰু নাথাকিলে কিমানটা সেনেকৈ কৰিলেও হ'ব। সো মই এইটো সিস্টেমত কৰিম। তো সলিউশন চাবা, ডাইরেক্টলি লিখিবা সিন্স the numbers are odd, therefore the unit place mean একেবারে left or right on number 2, therefore the unit place of the numbers must be occupied by 1 3 5. So this can be done, mean unit place can be filled. This can be done in how many ways? It is 3p1 ways. Calculation মই পিছত দেখাই আছো। Then the second part. Now at the extreme left place, now at the extreme left place of the numbers of the numbers 0 cannot be used. 0 cannot be used. হেতু ইউজ কৰিব মই নোৱাৰিম। So therefore extreme left place can be filled in কিমান ধৰণে পাৰিম আমি? মই কৈছোঁ 0টো ইউজ কৰিব নোৱাৰিলোঁ তেতিয়াহ'লে 1 2 3 4 5টা যিকোনো এটা ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিম তো ইট ইজ চিম্পলি 5p1 নট 5p1 সৰি 5p1 নহয় 4p1 কাৰণ এটাতো তোমাৰ ইউনিট প্লেছত ইউজ হৈ যাব না ইট ইজ চিম্পলি 4p1 ওয়েজ মই কথাটো তোমাক ক'লোৱে 4p1 ওয়েজ বিকজ অলৰেডি ইউনিট প্লেস ইজ filled up by one of the digits আচ্ছা তো তার পিছত তুমি আহিবা ইন্টারমিডিয়েট খিনি এতিয়া রেস্ট কেইটা রই গল মোর প্লেস 6 ডিজিট নাম্বার হ'ব লাগিব তো 6 ডিজিট নাম্বাৰৰ দুইটা প্লেস ফিল আপ হল 4টা প্লেস রল অবজেক্টসও মোর কিন্তু 4টাই থাকিব বিকজ দিস টাইম 0 ক্যান বি ইউজড ইন ইন্টারমিডিয়েট প্লেসেস ওকে সো 0টো ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিম সেই কাৰণে আমি লিখিম নাও Now, the rest of the places মানে 4 place actually rest of the places can be filled up by the remaining can be filled up by the remaining 4 digits. This time 0 can also be used. 4 digits in how many ways? Place is 4 and digit is also 4, so it is simply 4p 4 ways. So therefore the required numbers is equal to, so the first part it was extreme left is 4p1 into intermediate part is 4p4 into unit place is 3p1 this one just complete it you have the answer already written in the previous screen moi likhichilu ekbar so that is equal to this is 4 into 24 because it is factorial 4 actually plus sorry not plus 3 into 3 so 12 into 24 equals to 288 that is the answer so next we take another question in how many ways 10 answer scripts obtaining different total marks can be arranged placing one on another if the script getting the highest mark and the script getting the lowest mark do not come together question to বুজি পাইছা না 10টা different number পোৱা answer scripts আছে পৰীক্ষাৰ বহি আৰু কোনোটা বেলেগ বেলেগ নাম্বার সব বিলাক now you are to place those copies one on another এটাৰ পিছত এনেকে থব লাগিব in that order you should arrange in order বুলি কৈছে arrange বুলি কৰিব কৈছে so obviously this is a case of permutation so এখনৰ ওপৰত এখন কৈ থৈ পেলাই তুমি সজাব লাগে 10 scripts you have now but there is a condition that the getting highest mark copy and the lowest mark copy these two copies should not be together এই দুটা একেলগে থাকিব না লাগিব বেলেগ জায়গা থাকিব লাগিব so very simple concept behind this question actually first of all you just consider the copy getting the highest mark is say H and the copy getting the lowest mark say is L then first we have 10 total number of copies so 10 copies can be arranged among themselves without any condition it is obviously factorial of 10 and in this factorial 10 in some arrangements H and L are together and in some arrangements H and L are not together but in the next step if we take H and L packed that just considering one script now H and L are packed so that they are one script so now we have 9 number of scripts they can be arranged among themselves in factorial 9 ways but this pack may be HL or LH LH may be LH will be a different arrangements so it will be factorial 2 that is H and L can be changed their position in factorial 2 ways So this is the total number of arrangements where H and L are together, either HL or LH together. So this is LH together and this is LH together and not together. So total factorial 10 minus factorial 9 into factorial 2, this will give us the answer. Okay, so you write this question in systematic manner. First of all, you write that line. Let us consider the script getting highest mark is H and the script getting lowest mark is L. You write that two lines. Let the scripts getting highest mark is H and the script getting the lowest mark is L. Now you write from 10 copies, directly you write 10 different copies, different scripts बोले लिखिबा, copies ने लिखिबा, 10 different scripts can be arranged in obviously factorial 10 ways. In this factorial 10, in this factorial 10, H and L, in some arrangement H and L are together and in some arrangement H and L are not together. So we should also indicate that one. In these arrangements, some arrangements having some arrangements have H and L together and in some arrangements H and L are not together. Now you write, after that you write, now considering H and L together as one script, you write, now considering H and L together as one script, we have 9 scripts. Now they can be arranged in factorial 9 into factorial 2. Why this factorial 2? Because HL or LH, two ways. So here in this arrangement H and L are together. So therefore the required number of ways, therefore the number of arrangements having H and L together is equals to what? It is total factorial 10, this is together and not together, and factorial 9 into factorial 2, this is together, and factorial 10 can be written as 10 into factorial 9 minus factorial 2 is 2 only, so 2 into factorial 9, and so this is 8 factorial 9 is the answer. Need not to find the value of factorial 9 because it is a so big number. And finally, we take the last question of this class. Find the number of 4-digit numbers greater than 4321 that can be formed from the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, allowing repetition. This time repetition is allowed, mean one of the digit can be used 4 times. All the numbers can be 4, 4, 4, 4 as like that. So repetition is allowed. So in this question you see, actually I am forming the numbers which are greater than 4321, mean the number should begin with 432, this last place, at the last place, since the numbers are greater than 21, therefore the last place it may be 2, 3, 4, 5 of this 2, 3, 4 or 5. You cannot give 0 and 1 because in that case the numbers will be less than this one. So therefore in this case we can obtain only 4 numbers having 2, 3, 4 and 5. So only 4 numbers of this type if at the very first beginning of the numbers the digits 432 is already there. Then if the numbers beginning with 4, 3, 4, then the fourth place 434 is obviously possible because digits can be repeated. So 434, then the last place now can you can use any of these digits because it is 4340 something, and 4340 something is greater than 4320 something, 21. So therefore here you can use any one of these digits. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 mean 6 digits. In the similar way, if the numbers begin with 4, 3, 5, then also we will get 6 numbers. Now 6 is not here because the given digits are up to 5. So this time if the numbers begin with 4400 and something, then this time 2 places is to be filled. 2 places, and each place can be filled in 6 ways. So 2 places will be 6 square ways, 6 into 6. For this place 6 ways, this place 6 ways. And similarly if it is beginning with 4, 5, then again we will have 6 square ways. Then 4, 6 is not possible here because the digit is not given. So this time if you take the numbers are beginning with 5, so these 3 places, now first place can be filled in 6 ways, second place also 6, third place is also 6, means 6 cube, so 260, and adding all of these numbers will get the answer. Adding all of these numbers you will get the answer. Okay, so I am erasing all of this. So you write the answer in this way. The numbers greater than 4328, solution. The numbers greater than 4321 with the help of the given digits can be formed as follows. So you just directly write beginning with 4320 then something is equal to, so in that case we will have only 4 numbers. There are 4 numbers because here you can use 2, 3, 4 or 5. Then I am giving by comma beginning with 4330 something is equal to, again this time you can find 6 numbers because now you can use any one of these digits, so 6 numbers. Similarly, beginning with 4340 something, this is also 6 numbers. Then beginning with 4350 something is also 6 numbers. Proceed step by step. Then beginning with now 4400 something is equal to, so 2 places, it is obviously 6 into 6, 6 square, mean 36 numbers. Similarly, beginning with 4500 some 2 number digits is equal to, it is again 6 square, 36. You understood this, I think. And finally, beginning with 45, option is finished, so 5000 now, 5000, then 3 places is to be filled, and that is 6, 6 and 6. This place can be filled up with 6 ways, 6 ways, 6 ways, because the numbers are beginning with 5000 and it should be greater than 4000. So obviously 5000 is greater than 4000 something. So that is why in these 3 places any one of the digits can be used. That means it can be filled in 6 cube ways, and that is 260. So therefore it is 4 plus 18 plus 72 plus this. So you directly write. So this is therefore the number of numbers. Therefore the required number of numbers is equal to, first one is 4, then plus 18, then plus 72, then plus 216. So this is equal to, so 320, I think. 310, sorry, not 20. 310, because 1872, this is 90, 94, 6, 200, 310 is the answer. So we can leave the class here. তো আজি আমি এইখিনি ক্লাস ইয়াতে শেষ কৰিলোঁ। গতিকে নেক্সট ডে আমি ইয়াৰ পিছৰ যিকেইটা কুৱেশ্যনছ থাকিল সেইখিনি আমি ডিছকাশ্যন কৰিম। গতিকে তোমালোকে কুৱেশ্যনছখিনি ভালকৈ কপিটোত লিখিবা আৰু প্ৰেক্টিছো কৰিবা। ইফ ইউ হেভ এনি প্ৰব্লেম ইন দিছ ক্লাছ দেন আস্ক মি ডাইৰেক্টলি অভাৰ হোৱাটছএপ অৰ ফোনে কৰি দিবা দৰকাৰ পৰিলে। চ' আই কেন ফিনিছ দ্য ক্লাছ হিয়াৰ। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেৰি মাছ।